couple of questions that often arise after an operation to the knee is, should I ice the knee? What's the correct way to get rid of the swelling? So on and so forth. The first thing to realise is that ice has no bearing on swelling at all. We tend to assume that it does for historical reasons, but generally speaking, ice is for pain relief. It has a sedative effect, a numbing effect on the nerve endings and makes you feel more comfortable. What has often happened in the past is that ice has been put on with a bandage, a compression, so therefore the assumption has been when the swelling improves that that's because of the ice. Swelling in your knee is improved by compression, by elevation and by movement. They're the important things. The movement is because when you're actively moving the leg and contracting the muscles have a milking effect on the vessels that remove the swelling, the lymphatic vessels. Elevation again is important, so you should sleep with the leg in a position like this, where the knee is higher than the heart. Now the best way to do that is not to put a pillow under your foot or your leg when you go to bed, but to actually raise the mattress. So whatever position you adopt in bed during the night, your knee is still going to have that elevated appearance, and therefore there will be a draining proximally towards the hip of any swelling that might have been caused during the day and then might accumulate in the knee at night time. Now your Tubigrip is the elastic stockinette that you often get given. It shouldn't be just either side of the knee. The idea of something like a compression bandage like this is that it compresses the muscle tissue, a bit like the stockings that are given on these long flights now to avoid people getting DVTs. And it should be a double thickness, so we can see that the one that we've got here would go from the ankle all the way to the thigh twice. So that's the sort of length you should have. Now, the idea of that is that this is going to give that external support to the muscular tissue here to help with the removal of the swelling at a time when you're less active physically because of the operation and therefore less likely to be recruiting the muscles. So when you're resting, Tubigrip on, leg elevated, active contractions of the muscles, all those three things are going to try and benefit the removal of the swelling. If you're uncomfortable, obviously you can ice it as well, and sometimes this Tubigrip is something that's useful to keep your ice pack in place.